Hi, my name's Catrice Horsley, and I thought it might be useful for me to share some of the techniques that I use when I use Zoom. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to VaVaVoom your Zoom. I don't like that title, but it's my working title for the moment. So the first thing that you need to do is own your Zoom. If you know that there might be noises, if you know that you might be interrupted, if you know that your children might come in, own that right at the very start. Otherwise, you will feel embarrassed and uncomfortable when it happens. So you own your situation, you tell the people what might happen, and then if it does happen, they know, you know, and you're all far more comfortable. So number one, take ownership. Number two, lights, camera, action. Make sure you have enough lighting. I'm lucky enough to have my laptop in front of a window. So there's a window straight behind this, so I get natural light. If I'm Zooming on an evening, there's a desk light that I use as well. And I always try and have the camera kind of eye level. So my camera is literally here. I don't like it lower than me. If I was going to go for anything, I'd have it slightly higher than me because it kind of improves your eye line, and we're going to talk about that later. Also, please make sure that your camera is clean. So give it a wipe before you start. So number two is Zooms are actually one-to-one. I think we often think of Zooms as we're discussing with a group of people. And whilst that is true, most of those people are experiencing us one-on-one. And if you think about that, when you're talking to people one-on-one, they tend to focus on your face. And you tend to be relatively near to each other. So when you're having a Zoom meeting, it's better that you are as close as you would be if you were having a conversation with your computer. I've seen lots of people on Zoom where they're so far away that I'm leaning right into my screen to try and be with them. Make it easier for people. The most important part of your communication on Zoom is your face. Use it wisely. Number three, use the space between you and your computer. You can lean in, perhaps to ask a question, and you can lean back to give the space for answers. You can lean in to give instruction, and you can lean back when you clarify. And it does have an impact on the people who are on the Zoom call with you. When you lean back a little bit and give that space, it's almost like you're inviting them into that space. When you're leaning forward, you are coming towards them. Many people I know say, well, I can't do anything on Zoom. There's no way I can use it. It is just a computer screen. It is not. Your camera is another person. And if you interact with your camera as another person, then you will see these gentle nuances that can be included in your delivery on Zoom. Number four, I didn't do my own rule. I didn't tell you and own my little dog in the room. Shame on me, sorry. Number four is leaning towards clarity and questions. In the same way that you have this space between you and your camera, you also have a slight lean, a slight eye line, perhaps towards my right or my left, your right, your left. And you can use these in different ways. And this is almost part of neuro-linguistic programming, NLP. So if I want to clarify something, I might lean towards here before I start to clarify. My eye line might be there before I start to clarify. If you have swivel chairs, you might swivel your shoulders slightly towards this way before you clarify a point. And I might come towards here when I'm going to ask a question, or when I want to try and delve deeper into something. I mean, I'm not going to turn my face away from you, but my shoulders might turn towards here. I might look towards this point, this position, before I come back to you. And it might not even be my body does, but perhaps my eyes do. So I could have a sticker on this side of the window that's behind this screen saying clarify, and I could have a sticker on this side that says question. So I can literally go, so to clarify that point, blah, 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 what I'd like to ask you all is, and what that does is it makes the people who are listening to you throughout the meeting start to recognize subconsciously those cue points. If I do this, I'm going to clarify. If I do this, I'm going to question, because you're so close to me in my face, so it has a greater impact. Number 5, be conspiratorial. This is just you and one other person, even though it's a whole group. So you might lean towards the camera as though you're actually kind of going to whisper to the people there, the person there. You know, I can't believe that the political situation is as it is at the moment. And then carry on. There is something very intimate and conspiratorial, I think, about working with a computer camera in this way. Some people say it's very impersonal. I don't think it is. I think it's quite personal and intimate. Can you see what I'm doing there? So many people have said to me they're zoomed out. So please allow people time to turn their cameras off, to chill, to relax. 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. Let them turn their cameras off. Give them a task. Tell them to go and walk around the room. Give them some way of filling themselves up after the drainage of Zooming. My one friend said some people are bucket fillers, and some people are plug pullers, that they pull the plug out of the bottom of your bucket and everything disappears. Most people, I think, feel that Zoom is a bit of a plug puller and it takes away your energy. So make sure you give people that little bit of time with camera off to fill themselves up again. And the last tip is make eye contact. This is the eye. The camera is the eye contact with the other people. And what that does, apart from making it more personal, that I am talking to you, is it allows you to use your eyes in different ways, like those ways, when you're thinking, or when you're going to question, or when you're going to clarify. It allows your eyes to move upwards. It allows your eyes to move sideways. And then you can move back to make the eye contact. So it allows for a far more personal relationship with you and the people who are listening to you. Some of you might say, well, you know, I give very professional Zoom meetings. I don't think professional and personal are separate things. I think what we're all trying to do is communicate more effectively. So whether it's in a business organizational setting, whether you're a mentor, whether you're a teacher, I think all of these tips, even the conspiratorial ones, will help you communicate more effectively. I haven't mentioned hands because I think we use them naturally. And I think that we don't need to be that aware of them on Zoom. Sometimes they come into play, sometimes they don't. That's just how it is. The most important thing is your face, your expression, your eye contact, and being a little bit conspiratorial. Thank you.